Good morning. Thank you everyone for coming here today. My name is Officer Crystal McCoy. I'm a public information officer with the Aurora Police Department. I'm going to give you some information, but I want to stress that this is early information. This is active and ongoing. Facts and information could change, and if it does, we will update you with the information. But what we know right now is around 8:30 this morning, Aurora police officers were dispatched to the area of 17500 block of East Tennessee Place in reference to some suspicious parties. The 911 caller advised that there was 2 juvenile females and 1 juvenile male associated with a maroon Honda CRV in the area. They were checking out homes and they believed they could be potentially casing the homes or committing burglaries. About the time that officers arrived, they learned that the Honda CRV that they were associated with was in fact stolen and was used in a carjacking yesterday in Colorado Springs. What we don't know right now is if those suspicious parties were involved in the Colorado Springs incident. At some point, the officer confronted the juvenile male in the Honda CRV and made the decision to discharge his weapon. The juvenile male was not struck, but was transported to a local hospital precautionary with minor injuries. We are still conducting the investigation to determine the location and involvement of the other 2 juvenile females, but we do not believe there's any threat to the community at this time. All officers involved that responded to the scene did have their body-worn cameras activated. That will be a part of the investigation. And in accordance with Senate Bill 15219, this will be investigated jointly with the Aurora Police Department, the Denver Police Department, and the 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office. If there's anyone that witnessed anything or knows anything about this incident today, we are asking that they contact us at the Aurora Police Department and speak with Agent Sutherland at 303-627-3100. That's all the information I have right now. I'll take a couple questions.
How old are they?
We believe they're all 15 years old. And again, that could be something that changes as we learn more because they're juveniles. And also because they're juveniles, there's not much more we can give other than their gender and their age.
Did these suspects have any weapons on them themselves, or are you still investigating that Honda?
Great question, thank you. Yes, we did recover a weapon inside the vehicle.
You did?
A gun.
Was it a handgun, or can you elaborate?
It's been collected for evidence this time. It needs to be evaluated to determine things that you would like to know, if it was, what sort of weapon it was, and if it was loaded. I just don't have that information available yet.
So again, did they show the gun to the officers, or was it pointed at an officer?
So all of that is very much a part of the investigation. As you guys understand, the officers do need to be interviewed and things like that, and we just don't know, and the officer does know and hasn't had a chance to be interviewed yet.
How many shots were fired?
I don't know the answer to that, I'm sorry. Any other questions?
Can you elaborate any more on the incident that happened in Colorado Springs with the carjacking?
You know, I just learned about that, and so I was glad I was able to share that today. Just kind of, paints a bigger picture for what we had going on here today. So I don't know if there were any injuries, and I would suggest reaching out to Colorado Springs. And again, we don't know if the juveniles involved today were in fact involved with the carjacking, but we do know this vehicle today that was reported by a watchful neighbor, fortunately, was involved in a violent crime in Colorado Springs yesterday.
Would you always say, if you see something suspicious in your neighborhood, call you guys? Is this what
Yeah.
you should do if a person sees something?
Our community is our eyes and ears. Every member of the community is a double set of eyes for us, and we cannot combat crime without the community. So we really appreciate when people take the time to call us and advise us of these things. And today, obviously, we don't know what they were up to, but obviously this vehicle was involved in a violent crime yesterday, and it's made its way to Aurora. And we're glad that we know exactly where they're at today, and hopefully have prevented some crime.
Can you speak to just how there seems to be similar issues like these in this part of Aurora?
Well, can you advise me what you're referencing?
Just, over the last months, we could go back to the last year, but just other shootings in the area, robberies in the area, just sort of in this particular part of town.
Okay, without you providing me any examples, I can tell you the Tollgate neighborhood is a relatively safe neighborhood. We have PAR officers that are familiar with the neighborhood here, and they did the right thing today. The neighbors did. They saw something, they said something, we came out, and like I said, hopefully we stopped some crime today. Unfortunately, it resulted in an officer-involved shooting, but fortunately no one was seriously hurt.
So you're not looking for any more suspects, or are you? Sorry.
We're still actively investigating. So again, the most important thing is we don't believe there's any danger to the community right now. We are still looking into what the involvement was of the other 2.
So no one reported break-ins? They just saw some suspicious vehicle in the neighborhood, basically?
Yeah, they saw them reportedly in the neighborhood looking into homes, which is typical of a burglar, and that they would be looking into homes during the daytime. So it was a really good thing they called, and we'd like to thank that citizen for doing so. Any other questions?
Did you do a reverse
reverse 911 or whatever you call a reverse alert to the neighborhood to stay inside or anything? Did you do that?
This all unfolded fairly quickly, so in under probably 15 minutes or so. So I don't believe a reverse 911 came out, but I'll check into it and get back to you. Okay? We'll be issuing a press release here within the next hour or so, and if there's any updates, just give us a call. Thank you.